So yeah, I'm really about to do this. Hello, beautiful dreamers, and welcome back. If this is your first time checking in, my name is Darian Wright. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and y'all, it is 2024. I don't know about y'all, but 2023 was crazy, and I'm so glad to finally be in 2024. This is the first video of 2024, so of course it had to be my Microloc anniversary video. Y'all, it has been a whole year since I had my Microlocs, since I installed these beautiful babies, and I've got to tell y'all, that year for my hair has been the easiest. Let me backtrack. Let me put a big asterisk right there because a lot of things happen with my hair. But even in spite of those things happening with my hair, which we're going to talk about in this video, it has been like the easiest, most fulfilling, most just everything year. And I am so happy that I made this decision last year. And like everyone else says, I just wish I had made the decision sooner, but I'm so glad I did it and I'm not looking back. So let's just get into this video and talk about everything that's been going on with me and my DIY Microlocs. Okay, first things first, let's talk about this volume. I know y'all see it. I know y'all see how big and fluffy she's gotten. I know you see the curls popping. It is a major difference from day one, of course, when I installed them to how flat and long they were. Of course, they've shrunken up a bit and they've just gotten much thicker. So I am in love with the way it looks right now. It's like this curly bob, and I know it's gonna change throughout my journey, but I am loving how it looks right now. This isn't even a twist out or anything. This is just I washed my hair. I had it in the little braid out or whatever, but I took it out too soon before it had dried, so my hair was still pretty damp when I took it out, and this is just what it shrunk up to. So this is how my hair usually is in its natural state, not stretched or anything like that. So this is pretty much the length we have, and I am okay with it. I am not mad at all. So I wanted to answer some questions that I thought y'all might have. Also, a lot of questions that I saw on my previous videos, I wanted to try to bring them into this video and just answer them all at once in this 1 year update. One of them being, is my hair locked within this year of having Microlocs? No, not at all. And I don't think it's going to be locked anytime soon just because of how my hair is. I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 inches of my hair may be locked just because it is in the for the 4 rotation, what's it called? 4-point rotation, Jesus. I just went blank. The 4-point rotation, so that is technically locked. And I'm okay with that. I am not in a rush to have mature locks. I don't really care for that. I'm just seeing how my hair is doing and I'm loving the journey. I love the little twist look. It's just really cute to me and I'm just loving how my hair turned out. So eventually my hair will lock. That's just a part of this journey, but I am not in a hurry for it. I'm not rushing for it. I just love how my hair is now. So yeah, if that is one of the questions that y'all are gonna have for 1 year in, and that's just my hair. Maybe there are other people whose hair has been locked and mature within 1 year. I'm not sure, but that is not my experience. Also my wash day routine. So if you haven't checked out my wash day routine, I will have that linked up above and below so y'all can check that out and see the process of how I do my wash days, the products that I use and all that kind of stuff. So up until this point, my wash day is still the same. I still use the same shampoo, the same conditioner, all that kind of stuff. I don't really use the gel. Actually, I don't use the gel at all on my ends anymore, just because I maintain them just by retwisting them if I need to. I don't really comb them out, but I will retwist them because they get poofy. They don't come undone because my hair is so coily, but they kind of split, so it'll kind of look like this. and I'll have to like retwist the ends back together. I got a lot of questions on like my retie videos and stuff like that about my wash day method because I don't do the typical braiding and banding in the shower. It's a whole thing, but long story short, I do it afterwards. So I wash my hair, do all the stuff I need to do. I'll get out the shower, braid it down into sections, and that's my braiding and banding. And that works perfectly fine for me. I haven't had any like completely undone twists or anything like that. I haven't had any problems with that method. So I'm going to continue to do that method just because I can manipulate my hair better and work with it better when it's free, and then let it dry in the stretch state so that there's not like any chaos afterwards. So yeah, honestly, y'all, that's really all. That's really all the update there is. It's not much of an update. This hairstyle is such a low maintenance hairstyle. I haven't had to change much. I did upload a video of my satin faves because I tried out so many satin products last year. So I have that link above and below so y'all can check that out. I love every one of those things I include in that video, and I included them for a reason. So anybody who's interested in like satin protection for their hair, their natural hair, or their microlocs or sister locks, or just anything satin is good for your hair anyway, no matter what hairstyle you have. So check that video out. And now we're gonna get into the craziness of my entire year of having Microlocs. I touched on this a little bit in some of my previous videos, but I'm gonna go into like a little bit more detail on this video since it is an update video. So let's get into it. So as you all know, 123 was my initial install day. I wanted that to be my install day because I thought it was cute, and I had made the decision in December of 2022 to lock up my hair. So I was like, yeah, this is it. It gave me time to plan, get the install done, all that kind of stuff. So going into my first retie, actually before my first retie, I was noticing in my grid after my install that some of my locks were a little bit bigger than I would have liked. Some were like, a couple of them were really small, and I didn't want them to snap off like as time went by. So I went in and fixed a few of those. That took me a few days, and I was able to get like the size that I wanted. Well, I don't know what happened while I was doing my initial install, but when I started doing my first ever retie, it was a mess, y'all. So I'm embarrassed, but this backside of my head, like, I don't know what happened to the rows. They were not rowing. Like, I had some rows that like started off rows and then kind of dipped into the next row. And it was just a mess. And I only noticed this because when I was doing my retie, I was going row by row and, you know, doing the retie as one does. And I was like, things are not adding up here. So even though this is a DIY install, I knew it wasn't going to be perfect. Like, everything's not going to be like 1,000,000% perfect, and I'm okay with that. But some things my OCD just couldn't handle. Moving forward, I was like, this has to be fixed. That took me a while to fix because some of them did start locking and tangling within each other and marrying. So taking those down and reinstalling them was crazy. So that took a while. I don't even remember how long fixing my grid took in the middle of a retie. It was craziness. So that was like the install 2.0. So I had my initial install and then I had to go in and fix my grid, which was like, it ended up being perfect. So I'm so glad I did it. And something that I touched on in my previous videos was how I did my install. First, I did the braid a little bit down and then the twist for the rest of the Microloc. I would not suggest that. I've seen it done for a lot of people, but for me, it didn't work. I got this little bubble and some people are like, oh, that's just bunching. It didn't work for me because even though it was bunching, it didn't feel strong, and I didn't want that to be the foundation of my lock. I didn't want it to be like a little section of like thinness that wasn't very strong to the structure of my Microloc. So I went in, and the ones that I was able to fix, I fixed them. The ones that I had to completely take down and fix the grid, I fixed them. And the way that I did the new install, or the newer locks that I fixed, was I just twisted them all the way down from the root. And then I went in and did a complete rotation of interlocking just to solidify that root and kind of keep that together. That took so long to fix, but I'm so glad I did it, so I'm not complaining. And then I went on with my reties. And I'm getting a little bit faster. They still take me about a week, maybe 2 weeks, just because I do them in the evening. I do them section by section. I don't just sit down and do a retie of my whole head all the way through. I don't have time to do that. So it takes me about a week to 2 weeks, just depending on how fast I'm moving and how much free time I have in the evening. One tip that I will give y'all, and this is just like a life/hair tip, I moved in the process of all this. A few months ago, I was moving and I needed a retie. Then the move came and I was like, oh, it's not gonna be that bad. And then I got really busy with work. So I ended up having about 2 to 3 inches of new growth. My last retie for the end of the year was put off so long, and I would not suggest that because that retie actually took, I want to say, about 3 weeks to a month because I had so much new growth, but my life got so backed up from that moving process that I already needed a retie, and then my hair just kept growing and growing and growing. So life tip, life hack, whatever you want to call it, if you are about to move or do something that may take a lot of your time, even if you don't need a retie, go ahead and do that retie because you never know what will happen. And it's better to have an early retie than to have your new growth grow out and be super, super long. It's just gonna be chaos. So that's the one tip I have for y'all. Lord, because it was a mess. Oh, one thing I do want to mention that I noticed since having my Microlocs is my scalp is so dry. And I'm not shocked by this because I've seen other people's videos. They talked about how dry their scalp has gotten since they installed their locks or Microlocs or whatever. And that is because the Microlocs will take a lot of the moisture out of your hair. So I still use the oils that I use in my wash day video. Once that scalp is clean and like hydrated from the wash day, I like to trap in that moisture using my oils, but man, it's still like super dry. The locks pull a lot of that moisture, and I'm trying to figure out like a hydration moisture routine just because I don't want to incorporate like products to help that out, but I still need to figure out something to kind of balance that out because I'm not used to having this dry scalp. But that is something to note if you are like interested in a lock journey or a Microloc journey or anything like that. If you already have dry scalp, that's just something to kind of notice because it may get worse because of locks or it may balance out. I don't know. I haven't got there yet. Throughout this past year, I didn't really experiment with like a ton of hairstyles. I want to do more of that this coming year, 2024. But I'm really interested in trying some cool styles because I really want to play with my hair. And also, I love how Chloe and Halle Bailey they add like braids to their hair. They add extensions. They do like ponytails, all that kind of stuff. So I want to try out some fun stuff. I don't want to stress my hair out too much, but I want to try some fun stuff this year. So hopefully I can bring y'all some content, like some videos of that. So stay tuned for that, but I'm really, really excited to just do so much more stuff with my hair now that it's a little bit more mature and I'm seeing what it's doing. I'm seeing how it's hanging and the length that I have. So I really just want to play around with it this year. So in all, this past year for me with my hair has been like a complete success. I have loved every moment of it. Like, this is just the happiest I've been with my hair in a long time. Since going natural, I've just been falling back in love with my hair since I've got my Microlocs. So this has just been an amazing experience for me. I know y'all can tell from all my Microloc videos that I love my hair, and I'm just so happy that I made this decision. I get so many compliments on my hair, and now I see a lot of other women out in the world with like Microlocs or sister locks or whatever, and we're always complimenting each other. We'll see each other across the room and be like, oh, I love your hair. But yeah, I just love this journey, and it's been nothing but positive. Honestly, I haven't had any negative run-ins with people or anything like that on the internet. It's just been all around amazing for me. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all got some inspiration or some information that you may need for your lock journey or to start a lock journey. Share this with somebody who you think would like it. If they're interested in Microlocs or DIYs, I will have my whole playlist linked above and below for y'all, so you have to check all those videos out. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on my social media. Hit that bell down below so that y'all know when I post a new video and all that kind of good stuff. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next one. Bye.